You're 22 years old. You've just been sentenced to 10 years for a mistake you can't take back. The steel door slams with a finality that echoes in your marrow. You are no longer a citizen. You are a number. They strip you of your clothes, your watch, and your pride. You stand there, shivering under the harsh fluorescent lights, as a guard sprays you with cold disinfectant. You are a fish. You are the most vulnerable thing in this concrete jungle. As you walk into your cell block, you realize the air doesn't just smell like bleach. Man smells like predatory intent. Every eye is on your shoes, your walk, and the way you hold your breath. In your first hour, you learn the first law. Never look a man in the eye for more than a second, but never look at the floor. One is a challenge, the other is an invitation for an attack. You sit on your thin, plastic mattress. Your cellie hasn't spoken a word. He just watches you from the top bunk. You realize the silence isn't peaceful, it's an interrogation. He's waiting to see if you'll cry. If you leak a single tear tonight, you've signaled to the entire block that you are food. You bite your tongue until it bleeds. You don't cry. You've passed the first night. The yard. It's a patch of dirt surrounded by razor wire. A man twice your size, covered in faded ink, walks straight into you. He doesn't move. He waits. This is the crash test. The prisoners are watching to see your heart. If you apologize, you are his property. If you stay silent, you are a target. You have to swing. It doesn't matter that he's stronger. You hit him with everything you have. Your knuckles explode against his teeth. You get beaten. You wake up in the infirmary with a broken nose and a shut eye. But as you walk back to your cell, the men in the hallway nod. You aren't a victim anymore. You're a problem. And in here, being a problem is the only way to stay safe. You've been assigned a job, the tier sweeper. Most people hate it. You love it. Why? Because the man with the broom sees everything. You see who's getting kites, notes. You see which guards take bribes. You see who's losing weight from stress. Information is the only currency that doesn't lose value. You start trading small secrets. You tell a guy in cell 4 that his old lady was seen at the visitor center with someone else. He gives you a pouch of tuna. You realize that in prison, the most dangerous weapon isn't a knife. It's knowing someone's breaking point. You're 24. You've been promoted to runner. You transport contraband for the internal gangs. You hide tobacco in the soles of your shoes. You carry shanks in the laundry bins. Every time you pass a guard, your heart hammers against your ribs like a trapped bird. One shakedown, one metal detector, and you're looking at 5 more years. But the points you earn are worth it. You're getting better food, you're getting protection, you're becoming a gear in a dark, invisible machine. You aren't running for others anymore. You're running for yourself. You are the store man. You've mastered the art of pruno, prison wine made from fermented fruit and sugar stolen from the kitchen. You hide the bags in the plumbing of the utility closet. You sell a cup for 3 stamps. You've got a hustle for everything. Stamps, cigarettes, mackerel pouches, and ramen. You're the richest man on your tier. But wealth in prison is a neon sign for trouble. You realize that if you want to keep your store, you need a car, a gang. You join a car. It's for your kind. But it isn't a social club. It's a military unit. You have to prove your loyalty. They give you a mission. There's a man who hasn't paid his debts to the gang. He's sitting in the TV room. You are handed a stinger, a sharpened piece of bed frame. You don't want to do it. You remember the life you had outside, but that man is gone. There is only the inmate now. You do what you have to do. The first time you use a blade, the world goes silent. You realize the most terrifying thing isn't the blood. It's how quickly you stop caring. You're 28. You've grown cold. Your face is a mask of stone. You are the enforcer. When the gang has a problem, they send you. You don't talk, you just act. You live in a constant state of hyper-vigilance. You never sit with your back to the door. You never eat food you didn't see prepared. You've become a master of prison psychology. You can spot a snitch just by the way they breathe. You are respected and you are feared. But you realize you haven't had a real conversation in years. Everyone who talks to you wants something, or fears you. You're 35. You've survived 2 riots and a stabbing that nearly took your kidney. You are a lieutenant. You handle the logistics. You manage the Kite network that stretches between prisons. You're coordinating drug shipments that enter through the visitor's room. You're paying off guards to look the other way. You realize the prison isn't a cage. It's a marketplace. You are making more money behind bars than you ever did on the outside. but you can't spend it on anything but better sneakers and commissary. You are a king of a kingdom made of trash and concrete. You are 42. You are the shot caller. You haven't touched a weapon in a decade. You don't have to. You sit at the heavy stone table in the yard, and the world moves around you. You decide who gets a green light, an execution. You decide when the block goes on strike. You have a cell phone that costs you $5,000 in bribes. You talk to people on the outside like you're still there. But when the phone hangs up, you are still in a 6x9 box. You have absolute power over 300 men, but you can't open your own door. One day you get a letter. It's your release papers. After 15 years, you are free. You walk out the front gate with a plastic bag of your belongings. You stand on the sidewalk. The world is too loud. The cars are too fast. People are walking past you like you don't exist. You realize that you aren't a shot caller out here. You're a felon. You're a ghost. You don't know how to talk to people who don't fear you. You find yourself standing near a fence, just because the feeling of being enclosed is the only thing that feels like home. You realize the truth. The hierarchy didn't save you. It just replaced your soul with a system. You aren't a man anymore. You are a product of the machine. You look at the prison walls from the outside, and for a split second you miss the clarity of the cage. Out here, the rules are hidden. In there, the rules are written in blood.